Right guys, hope you all had a good weekend. I pretty much spent mine searching for kind of the last Christmas bits and sleeping actually. I don't know why, but I was just really tired this weekend. I hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. Now Season 4 is nearly here, and by that I mean tomorrow after the maintenance, so likely it's going to be around 11 to 11:30 AM GMT here in the UK. And you know what? I'm a little bit excited, just a tad bit right now, and I kind of wanted to talk about that because it's probably the first time I can say that I'm slightly excited for something coming to the Division 2. So drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy this one. Let's get into it. So if I'm being 100% transparent and honest with you guys, since the Beyond Light DLC dropped for Destiny 2, and I kind of got my Destiny 2 or Destiny itch back, especially for PvP stuff, I've only played the Division 2 a minimal amount of time. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd probably say maybe, I don't know, 10 hours max, maybe? You know, I still love this game, there's no doubt about that, but aside from defeating Bard and Schaefer for Season 3 in the Manhunt, I've not really found anything worth playing for me. So I've kind of taken a break, played other games like Destiny 2, which has its own problems, and I've kind of just been waiting for Season 4. Now, in many ways, taking a break and playing other games, I'm kind of glad that I've done that, because it means I'm coming back and it kind of almost feels like stuff is going to be fresh again. I'm also glad that as a console player, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but as a console player, I've not been able to partake in the PTS over the last couple of weeks, because now it means that tomorrow is going to be the first time that I get to kind of farm for new stuff that I've not been able to farm for. Sure, you know, I've seen all of the stuff now, I've covered it on the channel, but it's not the same as actually getting those things to drop for you in the game, like, you know, new gear, new weapons, exotics, and all that sort of stuff. So this is part of the reason why I'm actually a little bit excited to play Season 4 tomorrow. It kind of sounds like a bad word or bad thing to say that, but with the negativity surrounding this game, but I'm just being 100% real with you, because I've not really been playing over the last kind of 4 weeks or so, and I think it's been a good thing for me to take a little bit of a breakaway, come back fresh tomorrow and start grinding for this new stuff again. And I'm sure there's going to be many people who have probably done the same thing and are probably looking forward to Season 4 tomorrow, which is great. Another reason that I'm a tad bit excited, just a tad bit, whilst I'm not that invested in the lore and the whole kind of Manhunt thing, this season on Manhunt is by far the most exciting to date, just because we've got Fei Lao being the prime target. Now, having been playing the Division since it first dropped back in 2016, I actually got interested in it way before that. I think it was the E3 trailer from, it may have been 2013, it might have been a little bit later than that. Fei Lao has been a crucial part of the story, so I'm very much looking forward to kind of how it all goes down. Now, with that in mind as well, there are some Manhunt targets that are returning characters. So, in terms of story and lore, this season, it has me intrigued, way more than any other season has before it. Unfortunately, I have seen the data mine stuff because, I'll be honest, I just can't help myself, but, you know, still, I just want to see kind of how it all goes down. I just can't help myself when it comes to data mine stuff. I've got the worst willpower for this kind of thing. So I have spoiled it for myself a little bit, but I still want to see how it all goes down. And I guess if the data mine stuff is true, which I'm sure it is, it's not been wrong at this point, then Season 4 has me intrigued for what's to come next, either in Year 3 or beyond that if we are getting a Division 3, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably not going to get really excited with this season until next year when Fei Lao becomes available to take down in terms of the story side of things, but still, I know I'm going to really pay attention to the story beats leading up to this fight for once, rather than kind of just, you know, with the seasons before it almost skipping over them. I'd say Bard and Schaefer was really the only person I've been interested up to this point, but Fei Lao supersedes him by a mile, and I'm probably going to be invested in the story a lot more with this season, which is good for me because it means, aside from just the gear and getting all the stuff, I have something else to concentrate on, and that's good. That has me a little bit excited. Now, of course, aside from the story, there are quite a few things coming that I really kind of want to get. The exotic PDR, the capacitor, is going to be the first weapon on my list, and I hate that I'm going to have to play the summit in order to get it, if I'm being honest, but you know, I'm just going to have to grim and bear it, because this looks like a pretty solid exotic for my build, the meta build coming with TU12 for sure, especially after the capacitor received buffs with phase 2 of the PTS, making its weapon damage fall kind of in line with other weapons. The skill damage it can give you is up to 60%, and the amount of stacks were lowered in phase 2 of the PTS. I think this lowered down to 40 stacks, I believe it may even be less than that, I can't quite remember. Now this weapon is going to be my go-to weapon with TU12, so getting this is something that I'm looking forward to. Well, actually getting it myself, the task that requires you to get it, is not something I'm looking forward to, obviously, because it's the summit and I don't particularly like the summit, but actually getting the weapon, that's going to be really, really cool. On that same vein, Empress International, the new brand set, is a set that I need in my life. This set is going to change up my DPS skill damage build, the build that I've been using, the build that you've been seeing me use in all my videos, and I've been in love with since forever. And the same goes for the exotic holster, the waveform. These things, you know, they're exciting pieces of gear that's going to make my build stronger. And it's important that I say the word stronger in there, because if I'm getting stronger, then I'm going to be pretty happy about that. All of this stuff, as long as I'm getting stronger, that's good, and I'm going to want to grind for it. So all of these new things to grind have me a little bit excited to start playing again, actually. And yeah, I'm going to be doing the same content, which, of course, I'm not happy at all about, and that's why I say I'm excited a little bit and not a lot. The other thing that I'm excited to see and use has to be the optimization station. Now, I know everything there is to know about how this is going to work. We had it in the Division 1. I've been following the PTS pretty closely, so I know how it's kind of all going to work. The cost of it does seem quite excessive, but as the dev said on State of the Game recently, they did this because otherwise it would completely ruin the economy of the loot game, which is absolutely true. This does mean that I'm going to have a reason to grind though, because I do want to have at least one optimized build, and because I'm going to be swapping out the gear on my current DPS and skill build with the new stuff, Empress and Waveform and the capacitor, the chances are almost all of my pieces are going to be unoptimized when I get them. I would like to get a fully optimized DPS skill build done and make a video on it, especially because I know this will be the meta within TU12, and the amount of damage is going to be insane. It's going to be way more than I can get now, and I'm actually going to feel like I'm becoming way more powerful. The thought of being able to actually swap my gear out for something better and then being able to eventually optimize it, I know that's going to give me the boost to actually start grinding the game. That's something that I've not felt that I've had in this game for a very long time. I've been using the same DPS and skill damage build for so long, just because there's just been nothing really for me that I found as optimal as this. But these pieces of gear and this optimization station are going to make that an old thing and be able to go in there, grind new stuff and get optimized. It's kind of like Destiny, where I've been grinding power levels, and you kind of you don't want to do it, but you do because you want to get more powerful, and this is that same feeling that I'm going to get from Season 4. Aside from that, the new apparel event looks pretty cool, to be honest, and whilst I'm kind of disappointed with how Codename Nightmare has been cancelled, well, the new gameplay aspect of it, the devs have said this will be the most unique apparel event to date, something we've not had before, so you know, that does have me a little bit intrigued. I could talk about Codename Nightmare, but my last video on Friday, I did talk about how I'm happy and not happy with how it's kind of come about with Codename Nightmare, so if you want to check that out, please do. I'm still not that interested in the global events, to be honest, but the global event shop is something that I want to participate in, so yes, I'm not going to enjoy the global events themselves, but the end goal will be to collect the stars and use the global event shop, which will allow me to get named items that I don't have, as long as I've got RNG on my side, so probably won't get the named items that I'm missing, exotics that I'm missing, and what will likely be the most important thing for me, and that's crafting caches, which I hope contain materials that can be used for the optimization station, as that's going to be my long-term goal, is to optimize my gear and my builds. There are other things coming, like commendations in the summit. I think there's 15 of those, but I'm not a commendation person at all, so I'm not really interested in that. And the same goes for challenges within the summit as well. That's just not for me, but it's new stuff, and new stuff is always good for most people. Oh, and the last thing is picking up skills. Man, I've wanted this feature for the longest time. No more destroying my turret every time I need to move somewhere. Now I can just pick it up. That's a great quality of life change, and I'm really happy about it. But that's it for today's video. I just wanted to spread some kind of positive affirmations against all the negativity. Sure, I'm not blind to the glaring issues with this game faces and has faced since day one, but for the longest time, I'm not dreading a new season, and instead there are things here that I'm actually quite excited for. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. I really do appreciate all of the support. Tomorrow I will be covering the patch notes in full. It's pretty much going to be everything that you already know, but as you guys know, I do like to go over all of those patch notes. I actually think they're live now, so I'm probably going to make the video in a minute, but I'll drop it tomorrow. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Until the next one, epic out.